Hi, it's Jeff.
And Denise from Mousesteps.com.
And this is episode number 283.
283.
Of Mousesteps Weekly.
Sponsored by MEI Travel and Mouse Fan Travel, with 20 years in the business and 90 professional independent vacation planners. And you can even see their bios and stuff online. I was looking through those today. You can be assured of really great service, and they'll do everything they can for especially your Walt Disney World and other Disney vacations, because that's really what they specialize in, and Universal too, really.
Yeah, worldwide, not just in the U.S.
Yes,
as we have found out.
And I don't even know where Becky is now. The travel agency owner, she travels all the time.
Well, that makes sense, doesn't it? Anyway, check them out. MEI Travel and Mouse Fan Travel, our official travel agency.
Head to their website.
And one place they have definitely been is Toy Story Land at Disney's Hollywood Studios. It is bright and early. It is about 6:45, and here we are at Disney's Hollywood Studios heading in.
Right. We were there for Passholder Play Time. They've had this event for a lot of this month that pass holders could sign up for. Not too many pass holders every day, so you won't see a lot either walking in or in the land.
And you may not recognize this is a completely different entrance. It's a temporary thing right now. To your left is where the disabled parking used to be. And you see the new, what is it called? The gondola,
Skyliner.
The Skyliner station there. And if you were to take a right, you would go to the new temporary bus station, which is quite the walk, actually. It's about 1/7 of a mile from that new bus station to the entrance of the park, almost to the entrance and exit of Hollywood Studios.
And our bus also was about 6/10 of a mile or so.
Our car?
We don't own a bus.
No.
The car was like that, which was fine.
Yeah, it was actually less of a walk than usual for us because we got there so early. We were parked pretty close. But anyway, here we are, an early morning look entering the Disney's Hollywood Studios.
And it was really a nice morning. And I'm more of a morning person than a night person. So to be able to be here this early was really a treat. There were 2 times that we could sign up for 7 or 8 for about an hour. But we got there. I chose 7 because I wanted to be there early. And
you chose wisely.
Well, it meant you could be there for 2 hours instead of 1 hour.
Look at all these cast members. They all wanted to help us. They didn't seem very busy. So that was really, it all comes down to the fact it is not crowded. It is incredibly uncrowded, and that's what makes it so magical.
And there I am. I was
Little
taking
cameo.
some pictures.
Yes.
And really, just something about being here in the morning again without too many guests. I wish there was more of these type of mornings, and I guess if you're on property that you can get the magic mornings.
I mean, this is just unbelievable, and everybody is so friendly and nice. You're being welcomed. Good morning. Everyone's waving. It's a great way to start your day.
And you're getting a sunrise. We were getting a sunrise as we were walking from the parking lot, and I didn't really know. I had seen a few people saying that it wasn't that crowded. But I wasn't prepared for how not crowded it was. So you can see here they had boarded, I don't want to say boarded it up, but put
the
a
old Pixar
wall
place?
there. Yes. But here we are walking into Toy Story Land, which we've been to.
Wouldn't it be great if it was always like this?
I wish.
Going into Toy Story Land?
And we don't usually go too much right now because it's the summer and because it's hot.
Oh, that's another thing. It was delightfully comfortable. A little humid.
It was
very
very humid,
but it was still better than being on the surface of the sun, full
right.
heat during the day.
Well, if it's like 2 p.m., I wouldn't be there right now. During winter, sure, but not right now.
So unlike Denise, I am not really an early morning person, but let me tell you this, I would, if I'm booked for this, even though I have to get up early, I would not pass it up because it is the best. It's the best ever to be in there with these little crowds.
Well, I hope that they will have them again sometime, although they're going to have a paid one that I'll talk about. But right now, it's all sold out. It's sold out within, I guess, a few hours. Tuesdays through Saturdays this month. And it was for Gold, Platinum, Platinum Plus, and Premier Pass holders. So not even every single pass, though that encompasses a lot of them.
And you mentioned signing up earlier, and we were very, very fortunate. I just happened to be on Twitter, and somebody mentioned that this was opening up. I checked my email. I did have the email, and I told you about it, and you are actually the one who signed up. So excellent job. I guess it sold out very, very fast.
Yeah, I think in a couple hours. And here is Slinky Dog Dash. We pretty much walked right up to seat.
We will show that walk because you will never see the queue for Slinky Dog Dash this empty unless you come to one of these early morning things.
Or at night, you know, it can be not as busy at night or just after rain or something. So there's
That's true.
other times, but not. I mean, this was really, really empty.
Continuously.
Yes.
For over an hour. 11
like
rides on this thing that I got. And you could have had more, but you needed a little break from too much Slinky.
So I did like 7. Jeff did like 11. And then we did the Alien Swirling Saucers a couple times. We could have actually done more, but we were taking photos and video, and we met Jessie and Woody and Buzz. So,
yeah.
I mean, we were not moving fast here to try to do everything. We were actually, again, spending a lot of time with the photos and all.
I actually know somebody who did 18 rides.
Wow.
18. Unbelievable.
I can't, you know, that's too many for me. 7 was good. I waited while you rode, and then I would go back on.
So here we are. This is our second ride of the day. The first ride, the camera had condensation because it was so early and it had come from an air-conditioned car. So here's our second ride, front row, and you could see the sun is just starting to come up.
And if you're doing this also, I just want to mention Woody's lunchbox was open too. I don't know if we'll show that. We didn't go. We went to Starbucks afterwards because we didn't want to spend the time.
I would not waste my time at Woody's lunchbox.
And it was double star day at Starbucks, so I got more stars.
I think
too.
you chose very wisely, very, very wisely.
So, but anyway, I really love Slinky Dog Dash. I don't know how many of you listening have been on it, but this is actually a really fun ride, and it doesn't look like it would be exciting and thrilling, but it is.
Right, not to mention some great views, and we're about to see an awesome view of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. This is the second launch, and when you go, it looks like you're going straight up into the air for a split second.
And Star Wars Galaxy's Edge is the reason I went on 7 times. I probably would have gone on like 3 or 4 times. I just wanted to kind of get some really good photos, which I just posted, and you're going to be showing video now.
And it's nice to try out all the seats. I think we've sat in just about every row at this point, which was interesting. And it's a different experience, really, depending if you sit in the front, the middle, or the back.
Well, the most fun is probably the back seat, as it is in coasters generally. When you're too close to Slinky Dog's head, like if you're in the front seat, it makes it a little harder actually for photos, let's say, of Star Wars, because you've got the ears and you've got the head. So really a little bit further back, kind of a little nicer.
I do like the front in the fact that it stops right at Wheezy, so you get a perfect view and you can listen to the singing.
Well, I wish that Wheezy was out front, because I know little kids, and then there's adults who don't want to ride coasters or who can't ride roller coasters, and this would be something that would be kind of nice if it was in front as opposed to on the roller coaster on Slinky Dog Dash. But this is a really great ride. So if you like coasters, it has a little zip to it, but it's not too adult either. It's less than Big Thunder Mountain.
Right, and it's a little more so than the...
a lot more than the Barnstormer to me, and more than Seven Dwarfs Mine Train.
Yeah, I was about to say Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. I prefer it. I think it's much more fun than the Mine Train.
And the Alien Swirling Saucers, I actually agree with that. I'm not really a big Mine Train fan. It's cute, but it's a little less than I would expect as far as thrills and such. But Alien Swirling Saucers, to me, this is much milder than Mater's Junkyard Jamboree. Like, I always feel like I'm really being whipped around on Mater's, where here I don't.
And for some reason, I know it's basically the same ride, but for some reason I prefer Mater. I think it's just because Mater is funny, and I enjoy the character a little bit more. But and this is nice. You're walking through another very empty queue, not something you can do very often. I
think this is cute. I think also Mater's I like so much better because it is Mater. It is funny. It is funny, like you said, but I think it's just got a little more thrill factor to it.
And you'll notice the queue is in Buzz Lightyear colors all around, so perfectly themed.
And while we're talking about this, I just want to mention, I had said before there's a paid event that's being offered. I think it may have already started, or it's going to start soon, called Disney Early Morning Magic. That's a paid event from 7:30 a.m. to 8:45 a.m. with breakfast included.
And what do we know about the breakfast?
Well, the whole event is $79 per adult, $69 per child ages 3 through 9. And then the breakfast is a continental buffet with yogurt, fruit, pastries, and assorted cereals. A main dish like avocado toast or fried chicken with a cronut. This is from the Disney Parks blog. I don't know how, I think Fantasyland, they've had that early mornings, and it's probably similar to that. We
Sounds
haven't
very
done that.
similar. Yeah, we haven't done that either. For $80, especially since we've just done this, I don't know if we'll try it or not, but it'll be interesting to hear a little more about it.
Of course, and to see, how the breakfast is and everything. And that's outside of Toy Story Land. So, and it goes till 10, so you might as well stay in Toy Story Land. Don't eat anything.
Yeah, stay until it gets crazy and then go.
And
go
then
do that.
head over and enjoy some breakfast.
So here we are. We're on Alien Swirling Saucers. Still fun. I quite enjoyed it. You'll see there's actually empty saucers, which I'm sure is not usually the case during the day.
And I was going to mention also that we did not do Midway Mania during this event because we can get a Fastpass for that pretty easily.
Which we did.
Which
we
did.
Absolutely did. In between Slinky Dogs and Alien Saucers, we were able to get one for $10.45 that morning. So unbelievable.
And sometimes, certainly, we can get Alien Swirling Saucers. But, we were here. We could just walk on. And that was easier. But the one thing we didn't do was a Toy Story Midway Mania during this. But there was no wait for that either. And here you are looking into Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. I don't know what anything is.
Well, I noticed Buzz Lightyear was kind of
Rockford.
looking over the wall there at Galaxy's Edge. We're told from cast members that this is actually Andy's new Star Wars playset that he's working on next door in his backyard. So
Yeah.
that explains what it's doing there.
And so, yeah, they've mentioned that a number of times. And here we can see this was, I think, the first spaceship to come in and maybe the only spaceship here. And I really enjoy doing the construction photos still. I don't do as many as I used to, but I've been taking them for pretty straight for about 12 years now.
Well, you were getting some great shots, again, off Slinky Dog, discovering interesting angles. And a lot of times we'll be driving by and out comes the camera. So great job.
And late fall is 2019 is when this is supposed to open. So we've got probably just a little over a year away. Earlier for Disneyland, probably 6 months or so earlier for Disneyland.
Can you believe what a big difference it'll be next year? Also, the Mickey ride and all this other stuff.
Here, yeah,
it's going to be a big deal.
I was going to call it the Great Mickey Ride because
like
that's
that
what
name.
Originally the rumor was, but it's Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, which is supposed to open. Great Mickey Ride would have been easier, though.
That's right. And talking about, again, lack of crowds, we've said it a million times, how awesome is it to be able to meet the characters with almost no wait?
And yeah, Woody, Jessie, and Buzz. We waited for a few minutes, but not too much. Woody and Jessie are usually over toward closer
Midway
to
Mania.
right. There's a kind of a backdrop there.
So I mentioned to Jessie how you could see her likeness, her twin sister in the background, and the same thing with Woody. So they seem to get a kick out of that. You had double Woodies and Jessies there.
Yeah, it was fun. It was, there I am. I'm
Cameo.
not trying to be in the frame there. But it's really, again, just such a nice way to be able to meet them right here.
And I think we met Buzz Lightyear as well, also a very minimal wait.
Right? Well, he was less. I don't know that we really waited at all for him.
The characters were actually the longest wait of the whole morning, and that would be less than 5 minutes.
Yes. And when we did Slinky Dog, I think the only seats we waited for were the front and the back.
If we wanted specific seats, otherwise you never had to wait between rides. You just walked right up to a spot, any spot you wanted. And also they had PhotoPass photographers around, including in front of the Alien you just saw there, so that was very nice. Here we are, we're back at Toy Story Land after, as you mentioned before, our nice little breakfast at Starbucks, and we are using our Fastpass. It was nice to be able to get in here pretty quickly into the air conditioning.
The only thing that it would have been nice maybe to go and do the regular queue, because we haven't done the regular queue yet with the Mr. Potato Head, so that would have been something that we could have done that we didn't do.
Well, you can see the regular queue line was pretty long, so I was able to kind of just go over the wall, and this is good enough, Mr. Potato Head, for me.
Well, I meant earlier.
Yes,
earlier.
I get what you're saying. But then you're missing Slinky Dogs.
And that's true, because Slinky Dog always has the weight. So anyway, here we are, and I was there for the preview, for a preview event of Midway Mania. We were just going through some pictures that I took, so it's really, all these years later, it's fun to, still see it so popular.
And it hasn't changed. The ride itself has not really changed very much since that opening day that you were there.
Well, the third track was added about a year ago or 2 years ago. I don't even know time anymore.
I meant the actual gameplay, ride itself.
The game is very similar. And here we are at Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, or it will be. This is a Chinese theater. next year we'll have this as well. So there's a lot coming in 2019 to Disney's Hollywood Studios, plus the gondolas that we mentioned, the Disney Skyliner.
Yeah, it's a very exciting time. I can't wait. It'll be a completely different park experience. And here's one last look down Hollywood Boulevard as we make our way out. So now we're going to take a look at the former tram load and unload area. Looks like there's heavy construction going on there. We're not sure what is going in there, and you can see in the background the gondola pylons.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see how this looks, especially next year. They already have a gondola over there. I don't think it was there yet when we were there.
Right, the actual gondola in the station.
Yes.
We'll find out. I'm going to show a closer shot of that, but you're right. I don't think we're going to see that. And you can see we're kind of panning over. And you used to be able to walk out back to your car over here towards the right, and they have closed that off. I believe they've closed it off for good.
Right. Well, I think like a year ago, probably that way, or I guess we couldn't come in.
Right.
But we could go out, and the trams were coming here till pretty recently, so I'm not even sure when they closed that area off and started ripping it apart. It's hard, each time we go there, there's something new.
Lots of changes, and lots of changes of direction, things that you've done for years and years, you have to quickly readapt.
And that, it's not too hard. You had the Friendship boat dock over there, but now we're looking at the Skyliner station, which probably is the most advanced of all the stations. The Epcot one is coming along, the one over at Pop and Art of Animation is a little less so.
So now we're going to go to Disney Springs. You could see it's fall, 100-degree heat index, but it's still fall at Disney Springs, and we are here for the Polite Pig.
And the Polite Pig had invited us out to try their new pairing for WonderFall Flavors at Disney Springs.
WonderFall.
Yes, WonderFall Flavors will run through November 6th. And Disney Springs keeps having like food events where you get pairings. It's just 2 different items at each of, I believe it's 14 or so different restaurants. And then you get to try a different pairing at each. And we're already starting here with the apple cider whiskey sour. I don't normally drink whiskey of any sort, very rarely, but this was actually a very nice drink. And it paired very well with what we're about to show.
It was an excellent drink. It packed a nice punch, but it didn't overwhelm you with the whiskey taste. And why don't you talk about these awesome tacos?
Well, this is the Fall Harvest Taco with apple, cranberry glaze, smoked pork belly, soft corn tortilla, pumpkin apple slaw, pepitas, and pickled onions. And I was when they invite us, I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to eat what they give me because,
You're not a big pork eater, really.
No, and I'm not really a whiskey drinker, but it was like, okay, let's try this and see how it is. And it was so good.
It really was. I mean, honestly, amazing.
2 tacos and then the drink. The tacos are $6 each, and then I'm not sure. Usually their drinks are about $11. So it was really kind of a nice item to try. I would go and I would get it again on my own because I liked it that much.
Well, if the whole purpose of it is a good pairing, this is a perfect pairing. They really went well together.
And an autumn pairing, you really feel like you're having a autumn pairing. So we definitely recommend it if you're heading to Disney Springs. This can be part of a WonderFall menu, or you can try a number of different restaurants. There's about 14 of them, I think, who are doing this.
One thing about the Polite Pig is you never leave that place hungry, and we certainly didn't. We also had a very nice chicken salad sandwich here.
Well, the smoked chicken salad sandwich is something that we order on our own when we come here. And actually, what's behind it also.
Oh, absolutely.
The first thing that I ever get here, anytime that Jeff and I will go, is the Brussels sprouts. And I don't eat Brussels sprouts any other way at any other location, but these are incredible. And then also the cauliflower, which again, I don't eat.
Who would ever have imagined they would both be so good?
These are really standouts of the Polite Pig. There's a lot of standouts, but as far as the sides, I can't even believe it. Like normally I'd get fries or something, but in this case, that's not what I get here. So anyway, if you haven't been to the Polite Pig, we definitely recommend it.
So you were also at Disney Springs the day before, and you got some nice video of the decorations, the fall decorations around Disney Springs.
Well, you were over at the Waldorf, which we'll talk about, and I went and I had a quick meal and went and got some video. You can see here. There's some rain.
This reminds me of the old Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. They used to bring these same exact balloons out and put them around the Magic Kingdom. So it's interesting. Things never get thrown away at Walt Disney World, it seems.
But yet they have all these new signs and new banners, and really just the whole fall at Disney Springs is all new. And they even have it on the little train set that guests can ride.
Fall at Disney Springs. I like that.
Yeah, it's cute. And then I checked the carousel and they did not have it there.
And here we have some more leaves. A lot of leaves. Too bad there are no real leaves. That would be nice to have actual, fall-colored leaves all around. You'll never see that there.
Well, I don't want to say never. If we get a cold early winter, we have seen foliage here. Not often.
No.
Like in the last 10 years, maybe once or twice.
So now we're going to talk about Food and Wine Weekends, but not what you might expect.
Food and Wine Weekends is at the Waldorf Astoria Orlando and Hilton Bonnet Creek. It runs on the weekends through November 11th. Not everybody knows that we have a Waldorf Astoria just steps off of Walt Disney World property. Jeff got to go to this event. He's actually the eater. I'm more picky, so I did not go.
And this is the iconic clock in the lobby. It's an absolutely gorgeous resort.
And unlike the Epcot Food and Wine Festival, the Food and Wine Weekends has a number of different dining experiences. There's several fixed price meals. Right now we're looking at items from the Taste of Zeta Asia, including the sushi. But there's also the Taste of Bull and Bear. There's a Taste of La Luce. And so you have that, but you also have like a royal tea. You have the Bar du Chocolat. So you have also a couple of complimentary things that they offer, a couple of classes. So definitely check their website out for information on about 8 or 9 different experiences.
And this is quite the interesting drink here. It's called the Manifesto, made with Manifest Rye Whiskey and Manifest Barreled Gin. Also, there is a coffee ice cube. So as you're drinking the drink, you get that coffee flavor. It's really interesting, quite a refreshing drink. I think you'd like it, even though I know you're not a big coffee fan.
Actually, I don't really like coffee at all, so I'd want to drink the drink really fast so that the not have
sure
the
that
ice
could be
cube.
accommodated.
But next to that is lasagna, and the funny thing is, when I was on the phone with Jeff, he's like, "You wouldn't guess what I really liked was the lasagna, as opposed to everything else. Although the fillet of beef, really the lobster, is what you went for." Number 1, but then it seemed like the lasagna was number 2.
Well, the risotto is great. You have shrimp here. You have scallops. I mean, I love seafood, but anything in compared to the steak and lobster here is really an unfair comparison because it was just that outstanding. I mean, the fillet, you didn't need a knife. You can just cut into it with your fork. The lobster was fresh and it was so good. It was, I'm getting hungry just looking at this.
And you can kind of see the Waldorf grounds behind the food. So I haven't been on property in a little while, so I need to head over there as well.
And after all this, it is not over yet. Look at this dessert selection.
And I'm assuming most of this is from the Bar du Chocolat, although really this event has so many different desserts because you have the royal tea, so there'll be desserts there. You have the Bar du Chocolat, which I'm assuming most of this comes from. But also there's other, during each of the dining experiences, like the Taste of Bull and Bear, you have dessert options. And here we also have the pop that you had, the strawberry banana dipped pop. And so that's something that they have also that's a specialty area.
And this was a late discovery. I did not even see this until the very end, and they insisted I try it, and I'm glad I did because another excellent item.
Just, really a lot of unique experiences. And I would recommend, if you're coming down to Walt Disney World for the weekend, there's a terrific, they sometimes have really good specials staying at the Hilton and the Waldorf.
And that is not an apple, by the way. That is a dessert filled with cream.
And it doesn't look like it. And this was actually my favorite item of what you brought back. I like chocolate, and this was like chocolate.
With gold leaf on the leaf. You've increased your value by eating that.
And then there's macarons. I didn't try that. Jeff was very kind to bring me back a little
Jeff
box.
was not kind at all.
Okay,
the Waldorf was very kind.
They were very nice to bring some items back so that I could actually have a taste. And there was so much chocolate in that box. It was really wonderful.
It was a fantastic evening, and I learned so much. I definitely think we should get back and explore both of the resorts.
It's long overdue, and thanks to the Hilton Bonnet Creek and the Waldorf And now we're heading to Disneyland Paris for Curious Axel. He was at, we'll just call it the grand finale of the 25th anniversary, which I can't believe it's been a year and a half now, but it has been. And he was there for the final night.
So here he is. It's Curious Axel to tell us all about the 25th anniversary grand finale event at the Disney Studios Paris.
Hi everybody, welcome to Disneyland Paris. Tonight we are celebrating the end of a big celebration of the 25th anniversary of Disneyland Paris. Tonight, a few shows, parades, some characters, and a lot of memories. Come along.
Hi everybody! Oh, hello everyone! Look, Minnie, everybody's here! Hi there! How you doing?
It's a celebration of wishes coming true. You don't need an invitation, we're always here for you. Days and nights are filled with laughter, there's always something to do. In our world of adventure, enchantment, excitement, it's too good to be true. Could it be? Come and see. We've always been falling in Disneyland.
Best thing about a special event, there's no people. It's like you have the park to yourself. Unless you want to see Anna and Elsa. Because that's the weight you're up against. And this line is only the line for people with a disability. This line, which goes all the way up there and is already filled up inside, is a regular waiting line. Bye, Goofy. Nice hat there. Hi, Maxie. How are you doing? Looking great. Yeah, keeping the style up, I see. Awesome. Having fun? So are we, man.
There you go, another one, guys. Amazing, thank you.
See you, Oswald. So guys, this was it. The end of the 25th anniversary. I'm a bit disappointed that this party wasn't in the main park, in the Disneyland park. But I mean, this park has walls, and that's a good thing. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you real soon. Bye guys.
Well, that looked like a really fun event.
It did. It reminded me kind of a combination, well, a lot like Fan Days, but a smaller Fan Days. And then, you know, of course, like the 25th anniversary grand celebration, which again, we went to, and I just can't believe it. The year and a half has passed so quickly.
And most of that celebration, the 25th celebration, was during the day. So it was interesting to hear the song and have them doing all that at night with the ambassadors out there. And it looked like a nice send-off to me.
It was, just to hear that song again for me is really nice. It's really, I love it.
So we want to thank our good friend Curious Axel. Be sure to subscribe to the Curious Axel YouTube channel. We'll be seeing him very soon. Very, very soon, actually. Less than 2 weeks.
I can't wait.
I cannot wait to get back and see all our friends and also, of course, Disneyland Paris. Everybody, thanks very much. That is another show.
That's another show. Thanks to our sponsor, MEI Travel and Mouse Fan Travel. Check them out for Halloween travel, Christmas travel, anywhere you want to go, especially the Disney parks and resorts and Disney Cruise Line and all that, because they really specialize so much in Disney. But I can't. And Disneyland Paris, you can book that through them too.
Well, you know, it's never too early to start your Epcot International Flower and Garden.
I was wondering
It's
where you're
almost
going with
flower
that.
and garden time here.
Not quite. We still have to get through Christmas.
Ah, no problem. And a little Halloween too.
And a little we're halfway through Halloween, and now it will be towards Christmas in like a month. in a month.
So next week we'll have more excitement coming.
Yes, we're doing the Carnival Horizon, just a quick couple night trip, and I'm looking forward to that. We really like Carnival a lot, so I'm glad we're able to partner with them.
And we also have a really interesting Halloween scavenger hunt that you discovered somehow, and that was at Port Orleans French Quarter.
Well, I found out about it online, and I really had a good time with that, so we'll talk about it. And then we're going to also be getting ready to head to Paris.
Yeah, so there'll be tons of goodness to come. Anyway, thanks again for listening. Have a great week, and we'll see you all next week.
Have a great week.